All right, so Jason, you are going to kick it off with the Elder-ita.
Yeah, this one's really simple. I actually mixed it up right before this, but I'm going to see if you do it, if I did it right now. So go to it.
You know, it is simple. And a lot of times when you see people do cocktail demonstrations or whatnot, it's cool, it's entertaining, but I feel like a lot of people at home don't feel comfortable. They feel like they don't have the tools or whatnot as far as making something happen like this. So the margarita is a really simple cocktail. In this case, we're going to swap out the triple sec for St. Elder. The really cool thing about this spirit is actually made in Boston using all natural ingredients, and it's readily available in a lot of the local liquor stores. So basically, kind of the anatomy of a cocktail. You have your base spirit, which is kind of the predominant spirit. In this case, it is tequila. You have your mixer, which can be soda water or fresh citrus, and then you have what is called the modifier. The modifier is kind of usually like a liqueur or a syrup that kind of modifies the flavor of the whole cocktail. In this case, instead of triple sec, we're going to go with the St. Elder here, which I might add is kind of one of the most user-friendly spirits that I've come across.
Yeah.
In all of my years of bartending. So let's get started off here. We're going to start off with our beautiful Grand Mayan tequila. Now, most people don't have, a jigger at home. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. In this case, I find most people have at least a shot glass at home. So this is going to be 2 ounces of the Grand Mayan tequila. So I'm going to get this loaded up here once and twice. So we've got our base spirit here, which is, tequila, maybe the most important part of this guy here. Now we're going to go 1 ounce of St. Elder. Now, if you're making this for like a bunch of people or you're making a big batch of it, don't necessarily worry about the ounces so much as the proportions. Okay, so you could be using a pint if you want. And when we're using 2 ounces of tequila and 1 ounce of St. Elder, just go 2 and 1.
So you double it. Yeah. So if you want to make
exactly.
It's like any recipe, right? So that's cool. Can you fit that much liquor in like a shaker though, if you're making 2 drinks?
Yeah, why not?
I like overflow it and spill it everywhere. But
all right, then go ahead, Jamie.
I was gonna ask you why the tequila is triple distilled. Why does that make it a more quality spirit?
Well, the distillation process is a process in which all spirits are made. So basically, everything starts off as either a beer or a wine, which is either a fermented grain or a fruit in a liquid. So the distillation process separates the actual alcohol content from that liquid. Now, involved in this process is a lot of like harmful, toxins and whatnot. So what the distillation does is it separates a lot of those. To keep it simple, basically, with certain types of distillation, like this guy is distilled in a pot still. The more times you distill it, it tends to clarify it a little bit, make it more clean tasting spirit. So,
cool. So go to it then.
Okay, awesome. And then in this case, we're going to use a ½ ounce of fresh lime juice. Now, a lot of times people go with the sour mix or whatever they might find in the liquor store. Get yourself some limes, okay? Really simple, squeeze them. So again, we went 2 parts of tequila, 1 part our St. Elder. Now we're going to do a ½ part of fresh lime juice.
How many limes do you have to?
Yeah, fresh lime is really potent. So that's why we're doing just a little bit of it.
Okay.
Now you'll notice there's one main component of this beverage that I have not added yet. Okay. What is it?
Ice. Ice,
correct.
I'm paying attention. See? I didn't fail.
You've done a good job. Maybe we can arrange for you to get a bottle in the bottom. Who knows? We'll see. So we get the ice in there. If you're pouring over ice, the dilution process is speeding up. So we want to introduce the ice the last moment as possible. Okay. So we're going to cap this guy up and give it a really good shake.
See, what I did wrong is I added the ice first and then the spirits when I made mine. So.
Beautiful. We got a glass here. Okay. All right. And even in the process of pouring your beverage into the glass, I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to add fresh ice into this beverage as well.
You don't reuse the ice like I did. Okay.
You know what? It depends. The bigger the ice, the less it'll dilute. So in this case, we've got some smaller ice here. So we're going to use some fresh ice in the process, okay? Take a beautiful lime wheel, and
Oh,
then
that's gorgeous.
we are good to go.
All right, cool. So now, Jay, you're going to give us your spin on another tequila cocktail.
Yeah,
I
this is
am.
a riff on the drink. Let's see how you make it. A little bit
So-
more involved.
Yeah, basically, like, you know, I tell people a lot of times, you can take the proportions and the fundamentals from other cocktails and just kind of swap out the ingredients. Now, the St. Elder really kind of, like we mentioned before, plays well with swapping out for other modifiers. In this case, I figured we would take a few components of ingredients that are becoming more and more plentiful to us in this season and incorporate them into this cocktail. So we're gonna use, one of my favorite ingredients to use in cocktails is basil. Basil is awesome. It's super fresh and bright. So we're gonna break up a little bit of this right here and also incorporate some cucumber, okay? So
Lots of gardens. You just pull it right out of their garden, right?
that's it, yeah, most definitely. And also when you're using a good spirit, you don't wanna mask that at all. You still want the spirit to be the star of the show, so a little bit of background freshness goes a long way. So this, we're going to use the Grand Mayan still. We're also going to use a couple other components. But when you are muddling something, it's a good idea to have a little bit of liquid involved. So in this case, we're going to take some of that St. Elder, okay, and we're going to use 3/4 of an ounce. Get that in here, and then we're going to break out our muddler here. Now, I know a lot of you people don't have one of these guys at home. Use the back end of the spoon, use whatever you've got. All you want to do is kind of open up these ingredients just a little bit, and you don't have to like twist and go crazy. I kind of tell people, you kind of use it like you're shifting a car. Just open it up a little bit.
And that just gets the herbal flavor to come out more.
Totally. If someone's handling basil or mint 5 feet away from you, you can smell it.
Oh yeah, it's more than the taste, it's the scent too, right?
Awesome. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to open it up a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to get our friend Grand Mayan back here. We're going to put 1.5 ounces of this guy in here. I like my drinks a little bit in the boozy side personally. Okay. And now,
Who doesn't? I mean, I love a heavy pour, Jason. Is that what your butler like?
Right? We got some fresh squeezed grapefruit juice here. A lot of people think grapefruit juice, they think tart, okay? If you haven't squeezed some fresh grapefruit juice, specifically ruby red, you gotta check it out. This is actually kind of a sweeter side of things here. So we're gonna go 1.5 ounces of this guy right here as well.
And what's cool is St. Elder also has like a grapefruit flavored one called pamplemousse too, right? So that's grapefruit.
It does. Yeah, they got the pamplemousse, which is very grapefruit forward, and they also released a blood orange one.
That one's boozier, I heard.
Phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. So they're doing really good work, and it's nice that local people are making really good products as well.
Make
So
sure
we are
just
involved
buy
here.
one of those. All right, so what are you doing now? You've got the ice in there.
Got our ice in there. We've still got the cucumber, the basil, all of that in there.
Okay.
So we're gonna give this kind of a quick shake. I'll tell you why. It's because we still want to use, this shaken ice, and you know, in this particular instance, because I want this basil and this cucumber to be in here. This will continue to open up. Now, the cool thing about making a cocktail, you leave a little bit of room in here, okay? And then you give it a try, and you see, is it sweet enough? Is it not sweet enough? In this case, I've tested this drink a few times. I know it's pretty sweet, it's pretty concentrated, so it can afford adding a little bit of soda water to this.
Oh, just a dash of that.
A lot of people, yeah, they kind of overlook that. Add a little bit of soda water to a drink. It's going to not only brighten it up, but it's going to dilute it just a little bit so you can enjoy more of them. Now, what I'm doing here is I've got a grapefruit. Let's get this guy involved right here. A lot of people think a twist is actually like a wedge, but it's actually taking the rind of a fruit
How did you get that off? Was that a peeler or what
Yeah,
did
this
you
is
do?
like a simple vegetable peeler.
Oh,
That's what I
easy.
did.
Oh, I have one of those. Okay.
And even if, yeah, most people do. Even while you're peeling it, a lot of oils get expressed, so you can do it over the cocktail like this.
Okay.
And the oils that are in the peel of the citrus
Oh.
are some of the most strong tasting components of any fruit. And then you take it, you put it over a cocktail, and then I'm gonna pinch it real quick, express a bunch of oils, kind of put it over here.
It's funny that cocktails are so much more than the taste. It's the scent. It's everything. You know, it's the presentation. So.
Totally, totally. So what I did here is I took the actual rind, I wrapped it up, I put it on a toothpick, and then I took the other components of a cocktail, which is the cucumber and the basil. And we put them right on top of here.
Fancy. That's your garnish right there.
We've got a beautiful cocktail.
That is gorgeous.